What's up, everyone? I wanted to go over the trade setup. This is the trade setup that we've been looking at since February 27th. And we were looking for that 4-hour rejection on US30, the daily rejections, you name it. So I gave out two templates. We got a 30-minute template, a monthly template, and then I did a dot template. So I do this on the Discord basically for people who have no positions. So if you're not in any of our other positions that we had, because we had sales coming down and TP levels and whatnot, I said, here is for people with no positions. Here's what I'm looking at. We have some solid dots. You'll notice that we connected this bottom dot with the break point and this top dot with TP1. I always select the last dot as my break point for a push up. I also gave wick fills. So we had a wick fill area. You can look here. This was taken on the 4-hour. We had a 4-hour wick fill here to the left, another wick fill zone, another wick fill zone. This area down here was our key rejection area where we were taking buys. Anytime price hit this gray area, we were stacking buys with our stop loss below this gray area. And then this was our monthly level. This is the monthly levels that we had here, saying that we needed to get above this 33,000 mark. If we can get above 33,000, we're going to push up into 33,500. 32,500 was the last touch. That was our rejections that we were looking at. You can see here. As we go through here, you're going to see it was an easy trade. I put, don't forget how easy this was, because here was today's TP. You see it was hit here. The daily one, the monthly one, as well as the fib fan one. It's 922 pips single trade. If you stacked per entries like we did on the live Zooms, we're set at 2,300 plus pips. So let's jump over and see how this took shape and what I was talking about on the Zooms. Because if you download the template, you're probably noticing these extra little lines up top. So this 33,500 is obviously where I just want price to go. Whether it's intraday or swing trade, that's where I want it to go. We got this interesting trend line right here that you're going to notice coming from the 4-hour. So if we zoom out, what that has given us is a dot to dot. Technically, it needs to be moved down. It's not on the dot. Let me fix this real quick. It'll look like this. So when you're connecting, like say you're connecting swing lows, that's either a point of touch and or rejection, just the same as when we. Now, something to point out here that's key is this trend line with this 33,500 mark. So keep your eye on this and let's see how this ended up. And now this is where we set. So when we zoom out on the 4-hour, you can see this is the dot to dot that you just watched me put together in that video that was recorded on the 27th of February. And that's where we just got our swing high dot, which lines up with that beautifully. This was the rejections. So you saw me talking about that 4-hour rejection. This was the 4-hour wick fill. This is the 4-hour wick fill. And that's the 4-hour wick fill. And you can see that per our templates that we had in the Discord, this thing hit every single level, rejected perfectly, and then just hit what we needed it to hit. Now it gets better than this. You saw the fib fan that I put together on the break. And look, there was the right here where there was a swing high right here on this one. It broke, retested. TP1, TP2, TP3. And then this was the break zone that I said, guys, if we break below this and start retouching this, we're in trouble. This trend line cannot be touched. If it is, it's reversing. And I mean, it's not that we're in trouble. It's that our buys that we wanted to really push up to our TP isn't going to happen. Now this says TP3 because this is where we had the fan, but the ultimate TP, if you look back at the charts, was 33,500, which was hit right here this morning. At that point, we entered a sell and I left a runner. This was that setup. Now you saw the monthly chart that we were looking at, which is here. And the monthly chart was that perfect bounce on 32,500, pushed up. We closed a daily above 33,000, which led us to the 33,500. So guys, this is trading at its easiest. And when I say at its easiest, it's so hard to argue these levels when you're looking at such a high time frame. These higher time frames are going to show you where we've rejected. This was an easy trade, especially when we look back here and you go back to that monthly and just zoom in on it. That was a monthly rejection. It was also a weekly rejection, daily rejection with a swing low, and our 4-hour rejection zone with a wick touch before it took off. You can't ask for a prettier trade setup than this. For all of you guys that's been following me in the Discord, congrats. It was an amazing trade. We won, took some money home. And we kept this one simple. I mean, you can see here, we did the Q&A on 226 that answered the question about this trade setup. We did another Q&A later that evening with the trade setup. I then gave out the 30-minute template on the 27th for this trade setup. Even highlighted another Zoom publicly here. And then this was the start of it, and this was the end result of that template. Now, this is public. So we did it on the public. We also did it on the private, which you see here. And you just load this template on your chart. So if you're trading on Carbon Capital, you take this template, download it, you overlay it on your chart. And when you do, it gives you exactly what I'm seeing on my chart and how I'm going to react to the market. So we had this posted in the public, the private. We did 6 Zoom setups for this, traded it live all 6 times, did Twitter Spaces, Facebook, and Instagram. You can't get much easier than this. I hope everyone has a great day. Let's see what trade setups we can get this week. Let's have some fun.